Situating ICT4D, a Gen Z's take. My name is Angelo Joseph V. Ballesteros, and I'm a third-year BAM student taking MMS 130. When I read about the beginnings of information and communication technology for development, I couldn't help but see parts of my own life in its story. I grew up in a time where I experienced both worlds. One where technology was still limited and unevenly distributed, and another where being online became a normal part of everyday life. I don't feel like I was born fully digital. Instead, I feel like I grew into it. As a child, my learning and communication were very different from what they are now. I remember relying more on books, handwritten notes, and face-to-face conversations from my teachers and family. Internet access wasn't always fast or stable, and having the latest devices wasn't something everyone had. I didn't grow up completely surrounded by technology, so I had to learn how to use it step by step. That process wasn't always easy, but it shaped how I understand and appreciate technology now. I would often have to go to my neighbor's house to play video games on their computer, because we didn't have one at home. When the world started shifting more strongly toward digital spaces, like online classes, learning platforms, group chats, and virtual collaboration, I felt both excited and overwhelmed. I wasn't just using technology for fun anymore. I was depending on it to learn, to connect, and to grow. That's when I began to understand how powerful access to technology really is. I realized that not everyone had the same opportunities, and that made the idea of the digital divide feel very real to me. What makes ICT4D feel personal to me is the idea that technology is not just about innovation, but about people. I've experienced how technology can open doors, helping me learn new skills, connect with people I wouldn't have met otherwise, and imagining possibilities for my future. At the same time, I've seen how frustrating it can be when connection is slow, the devices are outdated, or the access is unfair. Those moments made me more aware of how much development depends on access to information and communication. Being part of Gen Z, I feel like I stand in between generations. I'm not fully like those who grew up completely offline, and I'm not exactly like those who were born straight into high-speed internet and smartphones. I had to adapt, and that adaptation taught me resilience, curiosity, and responsibility. I don't just see technology as something to use. I see it as something that shapes lives, including my own, and those people around me. In a quiet way, the story of ICT4D feels like my story. It's about learning, adapting, and slowly realizing that technology isn't just about devices or signals, but about opportunity, connection, and a hope for a more equal future.